Okay, good day, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to our report. It's a really great opportunity for us, and we would like to say thank you for those who give their insights, knowing the fact that we are not really mastered in that field, no, elementary education, most especially grade one, because it is not really our field of specialization. Okay, now we are here now for the questions and answers. And before that, I would like to recognize all the insights coming from our now classmates. So let's start. Okay, for Ma'am Nelly Partoza, honestly, they didn't have a lot of encounters with grade one learners, but as what I observed in our school during face-to-face classes, I agree with you, sir, that all of the grade one learners could absorb the basic information about the school easily. Yeah. Thank you so much for agreeing with me in this point because our grade one students really nowadays are very they can catch up informations right away. They are very eager to learn, so especially they want more friends. Of course, in schools there are a lot of friends, so that is normal. Yeah, thank you so much for agreeing. Now, as for Ma'am Adeliza Gumutod, no, according to her, as our present situations now, curriculum guide is not applicable, but instead we are using milk, no, as a teacher. Maganda ba maganda ba i-unpack or i-combine ang competency sa isang topic lang because milk is the shortened version of curriculum guide. You know, as we adjust ourselves sa current situations natin, no, we need to remember that in a curriculum guide there are a lot of competencies being put within or inside in that. Now, because of pandemic and limited classes, especially we don't have face to face, it's so hard. So that is why the DepEd is trying to get what is really essentials, you know, the most important learning competencies, no. So it is really good na we are doing like before pandemic, our DepEd is trying her best to really serve, no, and to really serve the children, no. We are asking to really unified, no, and trying to go and teach what is really necessary, because at the end of the day, what is necessary must that is the most important, because there are a lot of things we want to teach, but is it applicable, is it realistic, something like that, no. So I think it is nice to shorten, no, and to combine, no. It's not really combining, it's just like modifying. From the curriculum guide, we modified it to milk most essential learnings competencies. So we just get the most essentials among all those learnings, because at the end of the day, it's so hard to teach kapag ang daming competencies na ibibigay natin, something like that. So thank you so much, Ma'am Adeliza Gumutod. I hope I was able to answer, no, a little bit. But as for me lang, it's better, no, it's better to unpack, and sometimes it's not even combining, because milk is coming from the curriculum guide. It's not combining, we just get the most essential competencies and apply it into our current situations right now. So thank you, ma'am. Now the next one will be as far as I can tell, drawing and telling stories are effective strategies for teaching Arpan in grade one. I have observed that it was well, it is it as well. Kids love crayons and other colorful materials. So thank you so much for this insights. Yeah, very true, no? Very true. Because elementary students really love, that is why crayons, drawings, telling stories. Now, not just merely telling stories like a dead person, but telling stories with actions. Like all the expressions must be there so that they can feel it. That is the best one for grade ones, because you put life into the story. No, even Dep Ed is advising, no, advising grade one students to wear puppets if possible. No, so something like that. It is just making the class lively and jolly, because kids are tends to really learn a lot if they're if we get their interest, and their interests are all those kinds of lively stuff, something like that. Thank you so much for this one. And for some Sitin, sir, it is very important that in their early age they slowly familiarize the functions of schools and roles of the peoples involved inside as a school. Teachers slowly help the learners to understand and why they should follow rules in the way learners slowly and understand the school works and the rules. Yeah, it's very important. Yeah, that's very true, Sir Pin. It is very important for our young kids to really learn, and know the rules of the peoples in the schools, because there we start this what we call, respect. If they knew that, oh, this is a teacher, this is we supposed to respect them in this way, in this matter, and this one here, all of this, it's just like in your house we're teaching these kids to know the family members and the roles of each members of the family. Now, as a bunso, what is your role? This is something like this, and you like, it's just giving them the roles and responsibility. So it's part of letting them know where the boundary should be, no, something like that. And anyway, I hope. Thank you so much for your insight, Sir Sam. Highly appreciated po. Now, we have Ma'am Chong. Thank you so much to. I agree with you, sir, that students should realize and know what is their purpose in going to school, so that pupils can use it as their inspiration and driving force in finishing their studies. Very good. Thank you so much for agreeing with that. Yeah, that's very true. Even in our lives, no, we supposed to know the reason why we are teaching. We're supposed to know the reason why we are in school, because by knowing it, as what you have said, ma'am, it serves as our driving force to go on with, to live this way of life despite of the hardships that we encounter, same as in grade 1. Now, if we let them realize the importance of study in their lives, if we let them understand how the school helps them to become a better person in the future, then it would be a meaningful learning for them. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Kapun ka. There's the other one to Sir Noah. I agree with you, sir, that students should realize and know what is their purpose going to school. So that this is from Ma'am Jessica in Connections. No, this also helps influence them changing their cultural beliefs or practices like ethnic groups. And this will also help to instill in their mind as young as they are the importance of education. So yeah, as what I have said, it is very important, because in school, everything of the child is being molded. It's different from how the family in your houses, they are being molded. In school, they are molded in accordance to how to become or how to be a good citizen of this country. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, Jessica. The next will be. Um, Sir Van. Thank you. Congratulations on an informative presentation. Good job, Ma'am Jumi and Sir Kansha or Noah. Yeah, first of all, I commend. Oh, yes, very good. Thank you for that. Elementary, Arpan provides these young learners holistic views of themselves. Like the first grading talks about their identity and moving forward, and second grading talks about his interaction with his family and the roles. Third grading is about knowing physical world as well as the people involved, and the last grading focus on distance and locations. The learners should always start to know themselves as well as their families. Learning starts at home. That's why family should always help each other. Now, grade 1 pupils need guidance, especially in their early age. No, very good. Yeah, that's the essence. No, everything starts at the family. Every everything start at the child. Everything begins within ourselves. No, we supposed to let the children know that everything begins with our homes. Now, if how we adapt to the community that we have. Now, our first community would be our family. How we involve ourselves, how we unite ourselves to our families, how close we are to our family. No, so our family also would teach a lot to the child if how we welcome, how we listen to them, how we give importance to them, how we nurture them to become who they are. No, because who they are in the house, it will be, as we all know, they will bring that into the school, into a bigger community, which is the school in itself, because they will encounter a lot of children also and know more, something like that. Thank you so much, Sir Bornales, for that. Now, as for Ma'am Judy Ann Almonte, thank you so much. I am with you, sir. It is true that early age we should instill the importance of school to the students so that at the end of the day, they will also benefit from that mindset. If they give importance to school, it means that they give importance to their future. Very good, ma'am. I agree with you. I am with you in this statement. You know why? As what I said earlier, it's very important to instill into the mind of these young kids that what is school in their lives. No, that is why teachers or all the schools administrators or the people working in this school must be welcoming to the child, because it can help boost or develop them, boost their confidence, develop their camaraderie. Everything will be open to the child if they are in the school. So by helping them to cope up to what is happening into the society, we supposed to welcome them hand, open heart, knowing the fact that our learners has their own backgrounds, their own personalities. So we as educators, we supposed to let that open and give them a new perspective in life, and the school would always instill into their mind the importance of being a successful person in the future. And that is the main purpose why we are serving these children that we have, because we are preparing them for their better future. So that's it. Thank you so much. Yeah. I just want to share to Sir Pilarito also. Sir, I just want to share, ma'am and sir, the competencies in grade 1 are focused learners, self-family community, thus allowing learners to be aware of oneself, the role of the family members, community helpers, and even the school personnel, in addition to the competence. Now, competencies are needed to develop learners' familiarizations and obligations. As what I have said, thank you so much, sir, for that. It really helps. All of this, what we are doing to our learners, is for them to become a responsible citizen of the society. because as we all know, they are the future of our country. If we fade away, and it is their time now. It would really matter how we instill into their minds the importance of, being responsible, being loving, being caring to anyone else, to anybody else, to the mother nature, or etc. Again, that's the good point. As teachers, we are teaching the students to be more responsible citizen of the society. Thank you so much for that, Sir Phil. Now, for Ma'am Rosemary Antonio, to Sir Canshaw, I agree with you, sir, that as early grade, we should teach our pupils importance and roles or functions of the school, not only for them, but also in the community, because this will help them to understand why they need to study. Yeah. As what I have said earlier, ma'am, same as with the other who has the same comments with you. Yeah, that's really, really important. Teacher who are assigned in grade 1 should always have a very long period. Yeah, very true. I agree with you in this, because as I experienced, no, when I was in Good Shepherd Mission School before, I handled grade 9, and they are the scariest. Most of the teachers cried to them, to that section, but as for me, there is no problem with that. I was able to handle, and in fact, they make me as prefect, no, disciplinarian in the school, because I am the only one who were able to manage this kind of students, no, the Berdugo students. But when I go to grade 1, because the teacher is absent, and I am like, it's normal happening in private schools, no? So absent ang teacher ng grade 2. I was there. I really like almost fade all my patience, because whatever sign language, I let my eyes grow big, or I will just scare them. It's useless, so something like that. So I appreciate and I salute to the grade 1 students or the elementary students. It is really they need a very very long patience, because if they are not, our student would never learn, because they are very playful, and they learn a lot of things, and those things that they learn, we need to correct them one by one, and it's so hard, because our enemy would be the family, because they get it from the family, the friends that they have, and these people are very hard to compete with in the first place, because they are with them for a long time than us. Well, and I thank you so much for that, ma'am. Now, for Ma'am Barrera, it's nice to know that as early as G1, there are already certain concepts of social studies that are intended for such level. Yeah, of course, yes. But at this time of pandemic, though, we have curriculum guide, MELCs, to follow as our guide. Is there any effectivity of this social studies topic taught to grade 1 student, knowing also that we are using the modular type of learning? Yeah, I think DepEd, no, DepEd, if you agree with me, the DepEd department is trying to teach, are allowing us to use the blended learning. That is why they create videos in accordance to, so that just like for elementary, they make like whatsoever they are doing now, para mas to make it more interactive with the students, because as what we already knew, no, pag makita natin yung mga bata, they're mahilig sila sa mga cartoons, storytelling. So that is our DepEd is doing now. It's not just modular. It's a matter of how we handle it. Like asking them to draw, or asking them to explain, or asking them to watch videos, and it's part in the module, you put that in the module, and that would be part. Of course, as for myself, I would like to talk with the parents, because at the end of the day, it is not between me and the student alone. The parent is involved in these current situations that we have, no, in this current situations, in this current learning situations that we have. Both three of us must unite and help the child to, to explore more about, learning about who he is, learning about to be kind and generous to others, and learning to know the people that they met in the school, something like that, I think. Thank you so much, Ma'am Barrera. Now, let's go to Ma'am Mudzarda Gajali. Grade 1 Arpan talks about the child's self-identification, about their family and relationship with other people in the community and the school. Grade 1 teachers are amazingly admirable. Salute! That's true. I agree with you. They are very admirable. I love their confidence. I love their patience. Because as for me, I surrender with grade 1. I honestly, I could not manage. You can put me grade 5 or grade 6, but not to grade 1 to 3. This level is very hard to handle. They are very malikot. No, grade 4, okay pa grade 4. Kasi may konting isip na. Something like that. So, thank you so much, Ma'am Gajali. And for Miss Bello, Ma'am Bello, M. Jane, Mary Jane Bello. Okay. For us to be able to meet the learning competencies, we have to do monitoring and follow up calls, reaching our learners anyway possible to modify certain level of lessons in the modules, because most of the assessment answers by the parents. That's true. That's normal. Now, in our present situation, it's normal. Parents would always be, because as what we all know, they are bringing their modules. And very good, ma'am, because as for me also, I keep on contacting with the parents. Now, especially, what is happening, what is going on, what is the problem with the child, which part they find it difficult to answer, something like that. So, yeah, thank you so much. Constant updating, constant monitoring would really help the child. No, but it is also a sacrifice to our part as a teachers. But if you are willing to do it, then that's better and that's perfect. That's exemplary already. Now, let's go to the last, the question and answer. The first question thrown by Sir Byung to me was, sectioning before was based on national identities, flowers, heroes, trees, presidents. Why do you think it is now named after the advisors? Very good. Thank you for this, sir. Now, yeah, it's true. Before, it is more on a nationalistic approach or patriotism. That is why national heroes, the presidents, that's the name of the sections before. And as we go back to grade uh, third grading of the grade 1, remember, we explained to them why we name these types of national heroes, trees or plants. No, there is an explanation to that. Now, we put that into advisors because we want, I think DepEd wants that these people, these children would realize that they are part of this. It is something like a family, no? You are from the section of Sir Cancio, so something like they would know Sir Cancio as their family, their father or their teacher, their second parent. It is somewhat welcoming them, no, welcoming them to be part of them. Parang hindi distance kasi ikaw yun eh. You represent yourself. That is why there are a lot of students, no, kapag Si Sir Purayda na ang, ay si Ma'am Purayda na ang next class. Parang matatakot sila. There is this sense of identity already, knowing what kind of person this teacher is. No, or si ano na ang next class, 'di ba? Even in our college, no, pag alam na natin, we are aware that this is our teacher and something like that. I think this is the main point of DepEd, why they change it to advisors, to make it more like realistic, and to let our student realize that this is a real person and you belong to this family and this is part of you, so you better watch out. I don't know if I am answering it right, sir, but for me it is the point, it is the reason that in this section the responsibility is with Sir Cancho. So that is why in this section the authority is Sir Cancho. There is no other. So in this section, you're supposed to listen, you're supposed to behave, you're supposed to obey to Sir Cancho. Just cite for an example, if you put flower, okay, so flower, then they still thinking, ano yun siya? Sino yun siya? Okay. But if name, they would automatically realize, it's sir or it's ma'am. It can be easily remembered. Okay. Okay, I hope I answered that, sir, for your first questions. Now, question number 2 would be, do you agree or disagree that this curriculum fits the first grade? I truly agree that this curriculum is really fits to the grade 1, because knowing yourself is the fundamental aspect of every person's life. Knowing yourself, knowing your family, knowing the community you belong in is very essential and very important to everyone, especially to the child. So, as early age, they supposed to know their roles in the family, their roles in the society, their roles in the schools, and they supposed to know the family members, getting to know more of this thing or the staff, the schools, kumbaga, this curriculum let the children open their horizon to, from these to bigger horizons. Why? It's because if you know yourself, you can act, you can behave, and you can bring yourself to anyone. The way you behave, the way you act, like, okay, ikaw ay isang maganda, or ikaw ay isang mabait na bata, or ikaw ay isang lalaki, or ikaw ay isang babae, or ang galaw mo ay ganito, dapat alam mo na siya, no? So I think, sir, that this curriculum really fits to grade 1, of course, because they're supposed to be aware of how, why, and why not, why do things like this, why don't do things this kind, and what are the works, or what are these parents, what are these families all about, and what are these schools all about, because that would give them a long last. Remember, in every person, appreciation is the best. If you are being appreciated, then you will grow, and if you are being appreciated with who and what you are, then you will be really successful in life, because you know that these people around you are helping to develop yourself to who you are now. No, it's because of the people around you. So again, sir, I'll think this curriculum really fits the grade 1 student. Hanay, thank you. Kapon Kap, thank you po. Maraming salamat.